I need a pause. My dog's attacking me. Can I put her outside? Can we stop? I'm sorry, you're recording.
Yeah, that's
You're
okay.
good, man.
Hey, Mudcat fans. Welcome to episode 6 of the Dirty Fish Podcast.
Dirty Fish Podcast.
Yes, sir. As always, my good friend Sean Skibeck. And
Hey
today,
there.
if you notice, we have on the infamous Jared Carr.
What is up,
Jared?
C-A-R-A.
How's it going, guys?
That spells
Thanks
Carr.
for having me.
That spells car.
Spills car.
Absolutely. So, quick introduction. Jared Carr, former Mudcat player, 2013 to 2015 season, pitcher extraordinaire, and currently the varsity head coach at Wilseywood High School in his first year as a varsity head coach. And we'll get to talk about that and what led up to that. But yeah, 3 seasons with the Mudcats as a player. And we'll also get into, he's got a few seasons as a pitching coach with the Mudcats these past few years. So Skibeck, I'll give it up to you for his career.
We're going to talk about Jared's playing career. He played at Vanden High School, the Vikings from Fairfield. Also, he played at Butte Community College, the Road Runners out of Oroville, Chico. And then he also played at Holy Names University, the Hawks out of Oakland. You want to say anything about playing at a Holy Names?
I need a pause. My dog's attacking me. Can I put her outside? Can we stop? I'm sorry, you're recording.
Yeah, that's
You're
okay.
good, man.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back from the assault. We were talking about Holy Names University, the Hawks out of Oakland, and you got anything that you want to talk about at Holy Names?
Oh, I mean, I guess I can just kind of. You want me to start from the top, from Vanden all the way up?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I played at Vanden 2007 to 2011 with Coach Adams. He was the man. We all know him. He ended up coaching the Mudcats for a little while, but kind of going from there, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I liked playing ball, but I wasn't 100% if I wanted to keep doing it. So I moved on and went to Chico State just as a student. And then I tried to walk onto the team, didn't make it. And I got a call one morning from Coach Farrell at Butte, one morning at about 11 a.m. So I was still sleeping. And
At 11 a.m., but anyway.
yeah, and he
That's
calls
college.
me up. I guess after the walk on, I did okay, but not good enough for the Chico State. So they shared my information, and he asked if I wanted to play, and I had already hung it up. So I said no, thank you, and I went back about my business, and I didn't think about it for a little while, and then I got back into it when I played summer ball the next year, not for the Mudcats. So I played for a little Vacaville Legion team that was put together. It was me and some of the dudes. Tony Gonslin was on that team, DeAndre Casovia. It was a pretty sweet pitching staff. And I had a lot of fun, and I was fairly successful. And then I get another phone call from Farrell over at Butte again. And this time I said, yeah. So that's how I got over there.
Nice.
And then, yeah. Spent a year at Butte. At that point, I had already done 2 years of college, so I was kind of ready to move on and continue the education. I didn't want to do a third year at a JUCO, having all the credits already. So Holy Names was a pretty brand new baseball program. They had 1 year of Division II under their belt already, and it's in Oakland, California, private school. Knew a lot of kids that had gone to that team, so I just kind of got in touch with them, and Carry On reached out to me, and I was able to get over there and do the rest of my 3 years at Holy Names. Yeah, that's kind of how I got there. It was a good time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had Smitty. Smitty
Smitty.
was a teammate.
Uh-huh. Another Mudcat, Smitty. Trying to think if there's any other Mudcats on that team. I'm sure Connor McCoy.
Connor
McCoy was
McCoy.
he was
Yeah.
a Horn Names guy that we brought back with us. Um, there's probably more. Man, it's been a minute, but yeah,
So you were a double major in sports management and marketing. How did that go?
it was good. I basically, like most people playing sports in college, I chose what I thought would be the easiest major. So business kind of was naturally what I selected, because I don't know if they had philosophy available. So I chose business. And I like I said before, I had already had a year under my belt. So I was kind of a year ahead academically. So I had done 4 years of college and I still had another year left over. So I just decided pick up another major, play the 5th year, um, and didn't really care much about the classes all that much. I was just worried about the baseball.
Typical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Most baseball
it was a
players.
good
Let me
conference though.
see
That
what
conference, it was sick at the time. Sorry to cut you off, but uh, Division II. But in the conference at the time that I got there, we had Cal Baptist, who's now Division I, Dixie State, who's now Division I, but not Dixie State anymore. I don't what they're like Utah something, Utah Tech, or I don't know what they are, but they were in it. Azusa Pacific was really good. Couple Hawaii teams. Grand Canyon was in that conference too, and they're Division I now. So it was definitely a pretty competitive conference because going into uh, when I was there, those schools were kind of almost in that transition period. So they're kind of at the end of their D2 days and getting ready to transition. So it was a lot of good talent, good baseball, good fun.
nice.
Right on.
So you kind of end your baseball career there, well, at least playing career, and then you decide after Holy Names, um, you end up going to Oregon State University for a master's degree, correct?
Yeah, I did. So that happened because I played baseball and didn't have any work or life experience. So it came time to graduate, and I was like, "What am I going to do with my life?" So I had zero idea. I didn't know what I wanted to do for work, or didn't really have a line on any sort of work. Um, my brother was going to Oregon State at the time already, or he was planning. He was about to go to Oregon. No, he had already gone for a year. So he was already at Oregon State. And then our grad assistant at Holy Names that year was Joey Matthews, who played at
Love
Oregon
him.
State. Yeah, he's
Love
the
him,
man.
man. Love that guy.
Absolute.
That's a mudcat right there, man. A great mudcat.
Was he?
Yep.
Yeah, he was a stud. Great player at Oregon State too. So he helped our hitters a ton. He was awesome. But he was kind of pretty fresh off of Oregon State when he had been out for a little bit. But he was doing the grad assistant thing, coaching us at Holy Names, and he knew that my brother was there, and I was trying to figure out what to do. So he hooked me up with Case over at Oregon State, and I applied for just a grad program. So I ended up in the MBA program for market research, and again, I was just doing school just to do school so that I could do something baseball related with my life. School was just it was just kind of like the vehicle that allowed me to do baseball things. Is the way I kind of always looked at it.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so he got me linked up over there, and that was awesome. That was a sick time.
And you mentioned Casey, but you were a student manager under legendary head coach Pat Casey, correct?
Yeah, that was
I mean,
awesome.
yeah, I mean, how
So
much did you learn doing that?
I wish I took more notes when I was doing it, because like no, I'm not even kidding. Because like I didn't know I was going to coach at that point in my life. So
Right.
you're lucky to be around that level of baseball. First of all, like
Indeed. Wow.
there was man, I was just some D2 scrub wash up kid that was lucky enough to go out there. Joey got me hooked up, so um, I got Casey's number, and I kind of felt starstruck just texting him because I'm like, okay, I'm here for practice. What do you want me to? I had no idea what this title entailed or what I was supposed to do, but I knew I was going to be involved, so I was ready to do whatever. And he texted me and said, meet in front of the clubhouse or whatever. So I rolled up there, and there he shows up and walks up and says hello, and we just kind of got the ball rolling there. There was about 8 or 10 of us kids that were doing that. Um, I was the only one that had college playing experience because I was in the master's program, so I'd already done all the baseball stuff. But a lot of the job, it's funny because at Oregon State, I felt like it was always different. Like at other schools, a lot of the student manager, like they strictly, would just set up BP, just kind of like all the behind the scenes stuff, rub the balls up before a series, clean the shoes, all that kind of stuff, just to kind of make it seamless and easy for the players. But they let us be a little bit more hands on. I got to kind of get involved in some of the practice type activities, banging fungos to the guys, throwing a little bit of BP here and there. When a kid broke his hand, I was his glove playing catch for him so that he could still throw. Just that kind of stuff, and it was really cool. And they had a really really good couple years. The years that I was there, they're always really good. But one year, College World Series champions. Um, I was lucky they gave me a ring, which I thought was cool. Um, and the year that they weren't World Series champions, they went 56-6 and got screwed by the umpires in Omaha. They should have had it, but
Damn umpires.
no, I
Don't
watched
get
the game.
Ski-Beck started on
LSU,
umpires.
they were 56-4 and then lose 2 in a row to LSU because apparently they have the zone this far off the plate. It was ridiculous.
Oh man.
But a lot of Division One guys on those teams. Adley Rutschman, or not Division One.
Pro.
A lot of draft picks on that team.
Yeah.
Adley, first overall draft pick. Nick Madrigal, first round draft pick. Um, Trevor Larnick, he spent some big league time, I'm pretty sure. Drew Rasmussen, big league pitcher. The list goes on. Caden Grenier, first round draft pick. Tyler Malone, coach of the Lincoln Potters. So there was a lot of good people there in that team.
Yeah.
But
What a great experience to get to be able to do that and be around that. And then, like you said, if you weren't taking notes at the time, but I'm sure there's things that you learned or remember from just being there that probably helped influence what you do now.
I wish, like I said, the coach in me wishes I would have paid more attention. I did whatever I was asked to do, and but I think my biggest takeaway from it is like the game's the game. It doesn't matter if you're Division One or Little League. They're always working on fundamental stuff. They're always doing the same small little drills. Bunt coverages, whatever it is, cuts and relays. That stuff remains true whatever level you're at, Division One, two, three, or big league ball. Uh, it's just the fundamental stuff. Some people just happen to be a little bit more gifted and talented at it, but it's just baseball. At the end of the day, I
Oh
think it
yeah.
gives me a little bit of if anything, it gives me a little bit of credibility, I guess, having been able to be exposed to that. Albeit I wasn't playing, but being around it every single day,
Oh yeah.
you pick up a little bit for sure.
Oh yeah, just through osmosis, if anything, right? And
Osmosis,
I
yeah.
agree with you. The Division 1, 2, 3, JUCO, high school. I've always said this, and I've said this before on some previous videos that we've had, and you and I have talked about it, and as well as ski back. But the field's the same size. The game the only things I see that change in the game, especially from like high school JUCO to maybe some of the bigger D1 things, is the game does tend to speed up a little bit, but it's still the same size field. It's still the same strategies. You still have to know the basics of the game, fielding ground balls, catching fly balls, all
Yeah.
that. And you got to put the ball in play at the plate. But yeah,
We
so
talked about it, like coming from. Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say it. And, so what a great experience to have to be able to come back and then bring that back to your guys that you've been coaching the last few years, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, but with the different levels of high school baseball and coaching on the Mudcats as well, that experience pays off.
No doubt. And yeah, it's just like you were saying, it's the same game, same field, just different speed. Like it's always really funny coming from, because I've been doing the Mudcats coaching for a number of years, like 5, 6, 7 years, whatever, something like that. But it's funny coming because it comes right off the heels of the high school season. So going out to that first workout is always just like it's a shock because you see these dudes and they're just a couple of years removed from high school, but the game is just like crazy faster. I think everybody's throwing 100 and they're throwing not 100, but and it's like, oh, that was 86. Like, okay, well, it looked like 100. But then
Yeah.
same thing going back to high school, always after the Mudcats, it's like, what the heck? Like, and why is he throwing 50? But
Yeah. Hey, why don't you try and throw the ball a little harder?
yeah. Put your purse down and just really chuck one more time. But it's fun though. It's really neat being able to do both.
I think I've had this discussion with you just a while ago, but Skibeck will remember this. I want to say it was the year that at Vanden we went to the district or to the championship. And we had a practice one day. It was that year because it was late in May. We had a practice with the high school kids, and we had a couple guys that were going D1 that year. And we were in the section championships. We had a really good quality team, and we had varsity practice, and then we had Mudcat practice. Like the Mudcats were there as we finished practice, so they start like 15 minutes afterwards. And there's a difference. But Skibeck, I don't even know if you remember watching that. We always know when you go from one day to the next, you see the college teams a little better, but within 15-minute span, the difference in how hard the guys threw and how hard the guys hit between a really good varsity team and then a college summer team with, JUCO to D1 guys, the difference stood out so much. It was almost unbelievable, the difference in it. And like you said, these guys are only a year or two removed from high school. They're bigger, they're stronger. And it's amazing that the game sped up that much. And then you go back to the high school guys and you're like, God, can't you guys run harder, hit harder, throw faster? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, and they're doing it with wood bats and stuff too. I mean, they say power is the last tool to develop. So it's like, throwing BP to these guys, it's just, it's pretty special just watching how they can just do what they're doing. It's pretty neat.
Definitely.
Totally agree.
Well, let's talk about, you get into coaching after Oregon State, with Vacaville. Your first job was with Vacaville High School as a JV coach, correct?
Yeah, that is true. So they're the ops now, as the kids say. But it was cool to get over there. That was kind of funny how that worked out. I can tell you the story if you'd like to hear.
I would love to. I mean,
okay.
We always want to hear the story.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, how did that go? Actually, so I finished Oregon State, and then I wanted to stay in ball somehow because, like I said, that's what I love to do. And playing was no longer an option because the big league clubs weren't interested in an 83-mile-an-hour fastball. So I had to had to
You
try
weren't
to
getting any
figure out a
phone
way to.
calls.
Yeah, the phone wasn't ringing.
Yeah,
So I was staying optimistic, but it wasn't happening. So I
I'm
right.
tried
gonna
to
say
figure out
upper 80s, Carr.
at a
Okay,
time.
upper 80s.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man. Touch
Up
90. Come on, brother.
maybe upper 80s at the time, but a couple of years removed though. Um, I hadn't played a little bit, so the arm slowed down a little on me. Lost my mechanics, wasn't really getting my work in. But anyway, so I wanted to stay in the game, so I used the business degree in the baseball and whatever. Ended up selling tickets for the Sacramento River Cats. So I come back down home, and I was working as a telemarketer, effectively, just calling people. You want to buy tickets, and then you get hung up on for like $2 an hour. It was the worst job ever. Um, so if anybody's listening to this from the River Cats, man, I'll get you. But anyway, so I did that for like, I think I stuck it out for like 6 months, and I was like, I can't. It was terrible. I hated it. Um, so then I moved back up north to Oregon to try to uh, pursue something else. Kind of left baseball in the rear view. So I was working in a warehouse for an electrical company, and I was just selling electrical components to electricians, I guess, and trying to use the business degree a little bit, and it sounds as dull and you know horrible as I describe it. It was not fun at all. Um, Stuck that one out for about a year. The positive out of that was I got to learn how to drive a forklift, which was sick. So I'm forklift certified. But anyway, so I'm sitting in the warehouse one day, and it was actually Stu Clary called me, and he says like, "I need a JV baseball coach." I was like, "That's sick. I live in Oregon, and I'm not a
it's
teacher."
a it's a long
So
commute.
So yeah, it would have been a tough commute for me. Gas prices weren't what they are now, but it still probably wasn't feasible. So I don't know. He told me that I could come be a teacher, and I said, "Well, how? I have a degree in marketing, and I don't have a teaching credential, but um, apparently there was a way." So I interviewed. What the next day I showed up to work in my warehouse job wearing like a button up shirt and stuff with my hair done. And the boss is like, what's your deal? I'm like, "Oh, nothing. Like, don't worry about it." Like, because I didn't tell him I'm interviewing for a new job. And I take my lunch and I do this Zoom interview. And they hired me and let me work on my teaching credential as I was teaching. So that was on like a Thursday, maybe even a Friday. And I drove down to California, told the roommates later, I think I broke the lease. Um, and I started teaching on Monday. I teach PE. And
Nice.
that's how I got down to Vacaville. So yeah, Stu kind of hooked it up on that, uh, got me into it, and that was a lot of fun. And I was thrilled to be back in the game.
A coach
Beautiful.
that teaches
Yeah.
PE, no way. That's
I
a
know,
pretty
right? Go
common
figure. It
theme.
was that or history, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's usually
That's
the
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So you coach JV, you were the head coach of JV for about 4 years, right?
Um, no, I was there for 4 years, but Eric Chappell was the head coach my first year.
Oh,
So
that's right. That's right. Yep.
it was Chap and Trini Ruiz and Frank
Oh
the
yeah.
Tank. Yeah,
Wow.
so
Gotcha.
it was a sick staff. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
great crew right there, man. I love
that's a
that.
really good crew.
he, I've been lucky, man. I've been on some pretty awesome coaching staffs, but yeah. So it was Chap was the head guy, and then I was his pitching coach, and then I
Nice.
had Trini and Frank, and then I think it was the next year where Chap stepped down, and it was me and Frank. I think it was just us. Yeah, it was just the two of us. I'm pretty sure. And me and Frank kind of held the fort down for a few years there back. Well, we won a lot of games. There's some great kids that come through there. A lot of them I'm still in touch with. A lot of them played for the Mudcats. You know,
Yeah,
Brandon
yeah. You
Chalk
had
comes to mind.
you had a very successful JV squad there for a few years, and
Yeah.
I attribute that to you guys being great coaches there. That was
I
really fun
wouldn't
to watch
if
you
I was
guys.
you. It was just they were really good. I mean, I was my first year. I didn't know what I was doing, dog. They were just, when you got a JV pitcher that's throwing like 88, it kind of makes
Yeah,
your life pretty easy. Hey,
that doesn't
you
hurt.
go pitch. But
Yeah,
yeah.
you go throw. Tell me what you need.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get you some water and stuff like that, man. You just do your thing. There's a kid that hit a
Oh,
freaking
geez.
ball to the churches at Jepson, man. It's
Oh
over the
my
fence.
goodness.
14
That's a
years old. It's like a
bomb.
380-foot shot. But
Yeah, that's a
anyway,
shot there.
but thank you. Yes, I taught him how to do that.
Absolutely, you got to take credit for it.
Yeah.
So what's
Yep.
next after that? You come over, you join the really good coaching crew, for a year over with
Yeah.
Ryan P. Adams and a couple of us on here on the podcast with you. You're coaching over at Vanden. You come over, you
Johnny
join
Ray.
us. J. Ray, Skibeck, myself over at Varsity for Vanden. You come over with us for a year.
Yeah.
And then pretty short stint there just for the 1 year. And then Adams was retiring. So a lot of us I was in a spot where I was going to not coach high school ball anymore, being retired, like the amount of time it took up. And Skibeck was kind of near the end of his coaching. And then you end up going over with Nick Voigt over at Wilsey Wood High School as an assistant there.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that and how that led to this year's announcement of you being the new varsity head coach at Wilsey Wood.
Yeah. So I had done my 4 at Vacaville, and I had talked to P. Adams about coming over there to Vanden. Um, I had aspirations of I knew I wanted to do the head coach job someday, but I also knew it's very competitive to get something like that because there's a lot of dudes that love ball, and there's
Yeah.
a small handful of schools in town. So you get a job like that, and a lot of guys want to hold on to it for a while. So I kind of wanted to get under his wing and see the way he does things. So um, I was lucky to have him allow me to come there. I got to deal with you two clowns in the process,
Oh,
but but it
Hey,
was good. So and that's
we were
another
always
situation
serious.
where I wish I would have. Yeah, hit it to the buses.
hey, clown.
Don't hit it to the bus.
Anyway, yeah, it's another situation where I wish I would have taken notes because he's Coach Adams is a baseball savant, just like a freaking just
No doubt.
he knows the game, teaches it really, really well. And I was just some guy just watching him do it. So um, I wish that I had taken more notes there, but again, being around it, I hope some of it rubbed off in some way. But it was tough though because I was over there at Vanden, and then he left, and the job opens up, and it's tough because I'm in Vacaville Unified School District, and that's Travis, and the logistics of having to get from my school to that practice, and then take time off for games and all that. It just wasn't very feasible um, for me to stay at Vanden. So that's when
Yeah.
I texted Voight, and I was like, "Hey man, like, would love to come be a pitching coach if you'll have me." I just sort of asked him, and so we went out for a couple of cocktails and discussed it, and he welcomed me on, and I had no inkling that he was going to be going soon, but I just wanted to be back in my own district so that I could eventually take over. Um, and then the year ended, and he says, "Hey, I'm done. You're the guy I got in mind." So uh, there was a process after that. There was an interview process and a few
Right.
interested candidates. It but it ended up working out, and I took over this year.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what it's talking about, baby.
And you even
Yeah,
talked this other guy.
it's been fun.
That's with us in back to come back to coaching when he said he was done.
Yeah,
Don't hang.
it was like a
It's a
make or break
1-year
thing.
deal.
They told
Ye-
me they wanted philanthropy and stuff like that. So I thought, how could I give back? So I went over to the senior home and picked up this clown. So it's like, you know, it it's kind of people helping people. So
People
I hear
help
you.
people.
people helping
Yeah.
people. Yeah, holy shirts and pants.
Holy shirts and pants.
He says,
Yeah.
I'm going to go announcer. And then one day he tells me, I think I'm going to go coach. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He says it's
Yeah.
a 1-year contract, but
Yeah, yeah,
we all know that we'll
yeah.
probably go
But
beyond.
I might renew it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, he may not.
Having too much
Skibeck, he may
fun.
not renew it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
all
by the
right.
way,
Yeah.
I
we
know.
don't need an
I
announcer
already
either.
been in trouble. Already been in trouble, man. Yeah.
He had a small slap on the wrist from yours truly one time, but hey man, it was worth it. He did what needed to be done, So
Oh, he's
it
usually
is
good
what
for
it
that.
is.
He's going back up
Yeah.
He
as head
is, yeah. We
coach.
could do another
Yeah.
episode on games that he got ran, but I don't know if we have enough time on This Is Doomed for
I don't
that.
know
You
if
might
one
have to pay for
episode
the
would
premium
cover it.
subscription.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Yeah.
Yeah.
multi-episode story.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do a series on that.
Rated R. But
Rated
Yeah, I
R
would.
for sure.
It would
Yeah.
definitely be. Yeah, a lot of bad
Man.
words.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Nah,
Let
me? Nah.
Nah.
No, not at all.
Nah.
Not at all. So, Wilsey
No.
Wood, the run's been a little tough for you so far. I know. I know you have a young team. What do you have? One senior?
No, we have more than one, but we're predominantly underclassmen. We had
Yeah.
some circumstances before the season that prevented about 5 or 6 of the upperclassmen that were going to play
Yeah.
to play. So I won't get into that, but
Yeah.
it's so it's been tough. You know, my goal is to kind of get people moving this way. An issue that we have is there's a lot of people that come through and they grow up in the youth baseball community here, and they decide I'm not going to go to Wood. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to Vacaville or Vanden or Rod or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
I'm working real hard trying to figure out long term ways of reaching the youth in the community and getting them excited about coming this way. We got a really good principal who's super bought in to that process as well. So it's not going to be an overnight thing, but we have some good players. There's just one of the battles we face is depth. We don't have a lot of players, so and we don't, so it makes things a little bit more difficult. Um, but yeah, I think class wise, starting for us right now at varsity, we're looking at like maybe 6 underclassmen, freshmen and sophomores in the starting roster every day.
Yeah.
And it's so at that point, it's just kind of hard. And a lot of them aren't, you know, polished. Like it was just out of necessity, really. And I've had this conversation with them; they know, but just due to the lack of upperclassmen numbers, if we didn't have the underclassmen, we'd have a squad of like 4 or 5 people, which doesn't work. So I yank all
Yeah.
these kids up. They're good players. They're good in their
Yeah.
own right.
The
Uh,
future's bright, man.
Yeah, they just got to stay bought in and stay together. And I got a really good staff around me. And I sincerely believe that if this group stays together and, like Ski says, stay together. But
Stay
if
together.
they stay together, man, we can really make some noise in the next couple years. And but then the challenge too is also continuing to build that pipeline. So I don't want this just to be the class that moves up and then we have to start over. I need to get those kids that are 12 and 13 years old excited about coming this way, just
Yep.
to create a little bit more competition. I
Yeah.
think that's good for the town. It's good for everybody to have that competitive spirit, crosstown rivals, to where it's you know um, competitive. Um, it bothers me when kids that live 2 blocks away from Wood don't go there. Um,
Yeah.
so, but it'll
That
happen.
happens with
It's a slow process,
that happens with a
but
few sports in
we're
this
doing all the
community.
right things.
No, I've been out there a
Yeah,
couple
I
times,
think
and
we're doing
I
the right things.
yeah, I've been out there a couple times. I've seen the kids that you have, and some of your younger guys. You have some talent, but it's like we
Mhm.
spoke about before. They just haven't had the experience at that higher level yet to see that the game has sped up on them, and they just haven't had the opportunity to grow through that, like maybe a freshman team, JV team, and get that building experience as the game progresses. They're making a jump that's leaps and bounds from what they've done, even though they have really good talent. They just haven't seen the game at that speed enough yet. And I think they have enough talent that with just a little bit of time and experience, they will catch up with that and
Yeah.
do very well. So
You're
you
asking
have some,
dudes that just got done playing pony and stuff like that to be like, okay, like you just learned about leadoffs and now you're gonna face this guy that's committed to Sac State and throws 90 with like a
Yeah.
break
yeah,
six. Like
yeah,
so
Yeah.
they've never seen that. What do you do with that? So
yeah,
but for them they're really committed. Ski can kind of speak to it. They're hungry and their work ethic is good. My thing right now is just establish a culture. So I
Yeah.
really need to just keep on. It's a hard balance because I'm trying to figure out a way to keep them grounded and understand that there's a bigger picture long
Right.
term, but also like um, let them know like this is the way we do things. We have to. I try to just keep them bought in on like hustling on the field, like doing all the small things right. And then the other stuff's going to start to take care of itself as we develop as baseball players, but don't develop bad habits.
Right.
yeah.
So I think that it takes the growing pains away once we're able to establish that early. And in 2 or 3 years, 1 or 2 years, even maybe, they've seen this game now, and now we have all that groundwork built, and it should just be a lot of fun after that. But it's I coaching here is definitely uh, it. I don't want to say hard because it's gratifying and it's challenging. It's like you come home tired because
Let
there's
me
not a moment.
interject there. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's actually coaching baseball.
Yeah,
When you have the horses and you can just ride a lineup, and 90% of the time you're going to go out there and get the W. That's pretty easy as at a coaching staff, but when you got to really get out there and make a difference, and the kids have to buy into the process, I mean, that's coaching. That other thing, that's just managing some good baseball players. But what we're doing over at Wood is actually coaching. You got Robbie Ramirez over there, one of the best hitting coaches you'll ever know. You
yeah,
got Steve Moore, hard nosed ball player back in the day, giving it back. You got Caleb Davis, a great pitching coach, ex
great
Mudcat
mudcat.
guy. Man, I love this staff, and
Yeah,
we're if they buy in, there's a lot to offer. So I'm having fun.
yeah. That's why it's gratifying, right? Because like you can see things happen right in front of you. Like there's so much to learn and so much to know, but it's tiring because you have to be 100%. It's like teaching. It's like you have to be there and present all day long. People say, teachers, oh, you work 6 or 6.5 hours a day. Yeah, but you're responsible for a ton of kids all day long. So you're on all the time versus a job where maybe you work a 10, but there's a lot of lulls in between, right? So
Yeah.
you have to be on all the time with these kids. And then not just the baseball stuff, but just mentoring them and the mental game too, and getting them like in my job, I'm learning this as a head guy, like keeping them engaged in the classroom and all that stuff, like keeping them, focused on the baseball. It's, it, I don't not think about it all day long. My wheels are spinning. I'm thinking about the baseball team and how can I better serve them or help them to develop. And I'm lucky, like I said, I'm super fortunate to have a really good staff around me that makes takes a lot of that load off, but it's a challenge, but I'm up for it too.
Yes, you are. Hey, I know that you're talking about being that elementary school PE teacher and thinking about, what you're going to do at the ball field later on that day. But I know you enjoy hanging around those kids at Fairmont Elementary School. I see all the videos you posting, just having a blast with the kids, and I know you're having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's, it's hard to it's funny that that's my job, like, I did the business thing and did the MBA and had aspirations of, like, maybe going out there and making a bunch of money, but I couldn't be stuck behind the 4 walls and the cubicle, whatever, like, I'm a peacock, you gotta let me fly, and, that wasn't doing it for me, uh so I get to play games, dude, which is a huge blessing,
Yeah.
and, you know, I didn't my stress is kids don't listen to me sometimes, and it's like, okay, like, big deal, like, a 7-year-old wants rooting to me, like, that there's a lot more stressful jobs in the world than that,
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
so it's awesome, and it also enables me to be able to do the coaching thing too, being a teacher, um but those kids are freaking cool, man. They're a blast, and I'm always recruiting. We spend a lot of time on wiffle ball, and you know, trying
You're
to isolate the kids with a good
I
swing.
love
And
it.
yeah, get them linked up, make sure they're going to the right places, and
To the Mudcat camp.
yeah,
Mudcat
get them.
camp.
We've had some mudcat campers too,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and, if there's a kid that's not super good, I'll tell him maybe focus on swimming or something else. But, trying to get those baseball players coming through.
he's
Um,
got them playing pickle so that they can practice rundowns for later on.
Yeah. I love it, man.
yeah,
He knows what's up. He knows what's up.
execute the
Um,
fundamentals.
yeah, your family is very well are heavily informed with baseball in the community, not only being a host family for the Solano Mudcats and hosting a herd of ball players for us over the years. I mean,
Yeah,
they have straight up come through, but your dad being that longtime pitching coach at Vacaville High School, you the Carr family name is well established in Fairfield, Vacaville, Susune vicinity.
yeah. They love to help me out, and anything that I'm interested in, they've always supported. So when I got on staff, with the Mudcats, they knew hosting was a big deal. And I think they just moved out to their house in the country too, so it made it a little bit easier for them. But um, yeah, they took on 2 or 3 at a time some years. Um, Bronson, sorry to the others, but I think he remains their favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they stay in touch. We just saw the party animals a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, and,
Yeah.
yeah, dad's still over at Vacaville, so it's kinda fun to be able to coach against him some
Oh
days.
yeah.
Um, that's definitely a blessing.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they've been, very helpful to the Mudcats and, in the sense of the host families, which, we can't thank them enough. As
No
well as
doubt.
all of us, that's a huge, component of summer baseball is that, it's a recruiting tool, for the head coach of the Mudcats, Kyle Stafford, so that he can bring guys away from our local area and get guys from other states and things like that, but you need to be able to house them. So it's been super helpful. I know your mom loves coming out to the games. It's almost like they end up being her kids as well. She's coming out rooting those guys on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your dad comes
Yeah.
out to the games, which is awesome. All right, so I
All
got to
right.
ask with that is are we ever going to see two coach Cars on the same team? Like has there been any talk of recruiting Rick over to be a pitching coach? Or, I mean, I don't want to start a family fight or anything like that.
No, man, there's been no talk. I don't think that'll ever happen.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, I think when Stu's done, he'll be done. That's kind of the
Yeah.
impression that I get, but, um, he'll I think he always secretly roots for us, so I'm not gonna lie.
No doubt. He built us some very nice speaker stands.
He did.
Yes, he did. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I
Anything he
mean,
can do to help, he always help.
yeah, he helped weld up the broken part on the three-wheeler that we fixed. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
always a great resource beyond actual baseball, helping out. I mean, with his welding
Yeah.
skills, we can always use him. So that was awesome.
Dude can weld for sure.
Hmm.
So let me circle back to some Mudcat stuff. Um, you had 3 years with the Mudcats, pretty successful pitcher. Um, does any of that, or was there any influence of that to help you start or decide to coach, or has it influenced your style of coaching or anything like that?
Um, y I don't know, I mean, it didn't influence me to coach at the time, because like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but, looking back on it now, I would say it definitely influences my style of coaching. I brought Ski back on to coach with me.
Yeah,
And basic, like I said before, it's like the game is the game. It comes down to all the basic principles and fundamentals, and the only way that I know how to teach it is how I was taught how to play. So that comes from being coached by Ski, um, Coach Adams. Coached me in high school. My dad, all that has in some way or another shapes the way that I try to pass the information along to the youth now.
right.
Um, now it's but what I've learned in teaching too is uh, times change too, and people receive information differently. So the challenge is uh, figuring out a way to curate the information that I have and present it to them in a way that makes sense to them. So um, that's definitely one of the challenges that I faced. The lingo's changed, the way that they play the game has changed in some ways. So having Caleb on staff has been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a great Mudcats pitcher, and he was, uh, thrilled. I was just sitting by my fire pit one night, and I'm trying to think about who can I bring on staff, and I was just racking my brain, and his name popped in my head. So I just literally gave him a call right when I thought about it, and I didn't think he would say yeah. I just thought, "Let shoot your shot."
Yeah.
As I've done so many times in my life when in the DMs and such, and I called him up, and he did not leave me on red. He was fired up immediately.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah. So uh, definitely, I don't remember what the question was. So, has that influenced me? Yes, but it also is important to have some of these younger dudes on to, you know, relate to the kids for sure.
That's the truth.
Uh,
Absolutely. And like you said, your teaching experience too, right? Like how to not only teaching PE or mathematics or whatever, like or baseball, the
yeah,
culture's changed a little bit, but also every kid on your team sometimes has a little different motivating factor. And as a teacher or a coach, your job is to try and figure that out. And that is the challenge. I mean, especially when you're carrying, how many guys you're carrying? 15, 16 guys on the team. You're
yeah,
trying to figure out those motivating factors that are possibly different for every one of them. So
hmm
that's always a challenge. So, you know, um, and your coaching staff there is great. Caleb Davis is a great pickup to have him as a young coach, pitching coach for you. So,
yeah,
um, yeah, definitely.
yeah.
So, what about any memorable moments in your playing career? Anytime, what stands out to you? Whether it's Mudcats or Holy Names or anything.
Yeah. So it's funny. I thought about this when you asked me to be on this podcast, and you must have been scraping the bottom of the barrel to hit me up already. But uh, so, but I'm happy to be here.
We're desperate.
Anyway, yeah, desperate. I just needed a filler episode to
Yeah.
the next guest wasn't available till 2 weeks from now. So
Not at all,
anyway,
man. Your name popped up, man.
yeah, whatever, man. Anyways, so I thought about this though, and I mean the cliche answer, but the truth is like for me, the memorable parts of my playing career was always the stuff between the baseball games, like the road trips and the hotel stays and all that kind of stuff. Those are the memories that I value the most and that I honestly remember the most. I remember one of them with Holy Names. One of my favorite memories was well, so this is D2 baseball, and we're not rolling on a high budget, and we have to go to class and stuff. And so we had no. So listen, so we had a lot of SoCal teams in our conference. So there was a rain out, and we played every Saturday, Sunday normally, but some stuff was happening to where we had to reschedule some games, and ours was structured as two double headers. So we do a doubleheader Friday, doubleheader Sun or doubleheader Saturday, doubleheader Sunday. So 4 games in 2 days. It was kind of a grind. But we had two road series in a row, and I want to say it was like Cal Baptist and then Point Loma or something like that. But they were both down in SoCal. And our awesome administration felt like um, it was a good idea for us to come back between. So we had a doubleheader Monday,
Oh,
a
man.
doubleheader Tuesday. Tuesday night, we drove back to Oakland, and then we had to go to class on Wednesday, which we slept or whatever. And then we went right back down on Thursday and then played a doubleheader Friday and a doubleheader Saturday. So it was just all the way down there, drive back to go sleep in the dorm, then drive back down again. But we had this sick bus driver and his name was Sonny. And man, that dude, uh, he he was going like 100 in the bus. Like he didn't care. We're getting to LA in like 3.5 hours. And we stopped at the Grapevine, Tejon Ranch, I think is the place we would always stop at for our snacks and stuff. And so we'd get our meal money and we spent it on chewing tobacco at the time. And so
Save your lip. Don't dip.
yeah, don't do it. But at the time, so anyways, they drop us off in front of McDonald's and we all roll into the AM, PM and come out with their whole stock. And so Sonny doesn't even know what's going on. I don't think he's had a dip in his life, but he wanted one, or we asked him if he wanted one, and he said, sure. So he opens up one of the cans and just takes a whole, like half the freaking thing and throws it in
Oh
there. And
God.
he's ripping down the grapevine. We're swerving,
Oh,
and yeah, that was a blast, man. I hope he's doing well. Uh, hope he hasn't got his license suspended or something like that.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, anyways,
That's crazy.
that's a memory of mine. And then obviously, being around the Oregon State, even though I wasn't playing, getting to see, up close and personal, right there with a bunch of Division One guys, first round draft pick guys, future big leaguers. That was really cool, and I
Yeah.
get be on a friendly basis with most of them. They were all really great guys, and they included me as one of the teams. So that was fun. Um, but my favorite playing memory is with the Mudcats, and it was 2014 because it was the one year where not the one year, but that was my best year for sure. We were really good that year. We were like 35 and something. We never lost. And I was 8-0 on the summer. I was having a great year. And we're going to Auburn for like the championship game. And I hadn't lost a game, hadn't even thought about losing the game. And I was going 7 or 8 innings every game. I was in the zone. And Timmy Landis is there, and he's wearing his Mark Foley jersey with his high socks and his Mudcat shorts. And then I'm a superstitious guy, right? I always wore the same underwear and everything. Like I had to do everything the same way. And he
Typical
unzips his
pitcher.
backpack and he's got like at some community park field in Auburn, California. I'm not even sure if this was legal, but he's got like 12 bottles of champagne, in his backpack, ready to just pop it off. And I got licked. I think I made it out of like the second inning. Win 8-1 on the summer, and we lost. So I blame Timmy. for that.
Absolutely.
100%. But that was a good
Oh,
time too.
I
my
remember
goodness.
that was my first year with the Mudcats, and yes, that was our record was, I want to say we were 35-6 or something, some crazy number. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You had a phenomenal year. Everyone had a really good year that year. That squad was really good. But yes, that was a rough one up in Auburn. We've had weird things in Auburn too,
Timmy
like
the Count Landis.
we
Give me
had
the
the rain
count.
out in June. We had the sprinkler. They broke the sprinkler head water in the field right behind the mound,
Broke the
and it
sprinkler head.
made a
Mhm.
geyser for about 30 minutes. And then Skibeck and I had to help them prep the field to get it playable.
Yep.
The
I
next
pitched
year we
that
had
game.
that's right. The
Yeah,
next year we had a
I
rain
did. I
out.
remember because yeah, I pitched that
The
game because I was like 4 innings into it, and then we had like a 45-minute break, and then I went out and kept pitching.
we had
The life of the Mudcats.
the next year we had, like in June or whatever, we had the thunderstorms up there and we had lightning. So we had to have a lightning break for 30 minutes. That place was
Yep.
just, I don't know. It was haunted or something up there. It was kind of crazy at that park. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the park that Skibeck
Good
yelled
time.
at the umpire, and the umpire told him he was going to, what did he say? He was going to tell the president of the league or something.
Not the commissioner.
I got
Commissioner.
thrown out 3 times. He ejected me 3 times and then said, after that didn't scare me at all because I was still yelling at him. He said he was going to call the commissioner.
And you said,
And I
not
got
the
on one
commissioner.
knee and said, "Not the commissioner." And they weren't even in our league, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, we were independent.
Anyways,
So-
but yeah, when the game was over, I told that umpire when we were shaking hands with everybody, the commissioner's waiting for you in the parking lot. So, and then I was doing a wedding, and that guy popped up and was like, "I know you from somewhere." Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Oh man. Well, hey, on that note, if you want to stick around with us, we do you probably have seen it. We do a skiism of the episode every episode. There's a million of those. I'm sure you've heard
Skiism.
most of them.
Skiism.
Skiism.
What's a skiism? Just kidding.
I'll give it to you.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Skibeck.
Lay it
We're
on
ready,
me.
dude. What's the skiism of the episode?
That'd be a good one.
I'm the best fungo hitter this side of the Mississippi, second on the other, and in outer space.
And in outer space. That's good.
And outer
That is
space.
a good one.
Yes.
And outer space.
Let it be known.
Skibeck's pretty legendary when
That's
it comes to
tight.
hitting the fungo, especially the catcher pop-up.
I hit him pretty good, man.
He does.
I am pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a good
definitely.
streak going this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Nice. All right. Well, we want to thank you for being on the episode, Jared. It's been great. We wish you the best over there at Wood High School.
Thank you.
Challenging, but
Home of the
fun.
Wildcats.
Home of the Wildcats. I'm sure in the next few years, building and that culture and everything, you're going to be successful with the way you're putting things out over there. So we wish you the best of luck, and also we'll see you at the Mudcat season that starts in June as our pitching coach again this year. So we look forward to that and look forward to having you be out on the staff with us out there. So those are always good trips, road trips and games. So
right on. Yep. Thanks for having me, guys. It was a blast.
Yes, definitely.
Heck yeah.
Dirty fish.
Man, what a great episode with Jared Carr over there at Wood High School here in Vacaville, California. C-A-R-A.
Yeah.
That spells Cara.
Yeah.
Great coach on the Mudcats too. The last few years, he's been a great pitching coach.
Brought up some good memories, some good memories about the Mudcat way and the Mudcat tree coaching tree just gets bigger and bigger.
Well, it's funny. I was thinking that during the episode, he talks about coaching with Ryan P. Adams. He goes over with Nick Voigt. All those guys were both Mudcat players. Voigt was helped coach, was on the board for quite a while. P. Adams coached a year with the Mudcats, has helped us out on the board behind the scenes quite a bit with other things as well. So, yes, the Mudcat family tree reaches out quite far. Definitely. So, you having a good time over there at Wilsey Wood?
Yeah, I am. It is a little bit challenging, like he says. Just those kids are so young, and you don't want to be so negative, but you also want to let them know about the game of baseball and your experience and what you know, and if those kids are coachable and some of it sinks in, we're going to be okay. So Jared's doing a good job. He's all over it. He's almost like Ryan Adams, where I don't think he sleeps too good thinking of things, and he's well organized with his practices. So Jared's coming along. He's doing a good job, and I love coaching with Rob Ramirez. Man, the guy is just a stand-up guy. He'll give you the shirt off his back, and Steve Moore and Caleb Davis. I mean, it's quite a staff, and we have a lot of fun out there. So
That's good.
I'm having fun.
Nice. Yeah. And I like that Jared talked about culture and all that. And that doesn't change overnight. It doesn't change in 1 year at a high school either. So it's something that you have to start right away and stick with it. And then that culture change takes a couple years to really set in, especially with a young team like you guys have over there. So I think the future's promising. Like I said, the few times I've been out there and seen some of your guys' kids, you guys have some talent. They need a little more experience at that varsity level, and I think they'll rise to the occasion. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys are having a good time over there. But great episode. Jared Carr's got a really good future in coaching. It's glad,
no doubt.
Really glad to see that happening for him. So, again, Mudcat fans, thanks for watching. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and please, if you have any comments that you want to see anything, you want any topics, or you have any people that you want us to have on the podcast, we'd love to have you. If you've gone this far, all the way at the end of the episode, we're thinking of maybe doing a live episode at one point. So let us know if you'd like to see that as well. But until next time, you're still on the team for the moment.
For the moment.